Welcome to the BVTV Network, coming to you from the UK studios of BizVision. I'm your host, Malcolm Gallagher. This is episode 2 in the BVTV Trilogy with international business growth expert, Levent Yildizgoren. Hello again, Levent.
Hello, Malcolm. Great to be with you again.
I am so fascinated, and I have been for over 40 years, on the amount of presentations I've been doing about trying to encourage people not just to deal with new markets, but also, even if you're going on holiday, just to learn a little bit about the culture and the language of where you're going to. I think if you don't, you're being rude. Levent, I'm a firm believer that both business and economic growth comes from active development of export. Okay, the UK is being dulled by Brexit, but I reckon too many companies use that as an excuse not to export. I believe it has to be a true commitment and be firmly embedded in a company, which too means also habit is necessary. You say there are 5 habits needed to expand into export markets. Can you give us a quick insight into the 5?
I'd love to, Malcolm, and it's a great question. You're absolutely right. There should be no comfort in finding reasons not to export, and Brexit shouldn't be one of them. Does it present difficulties? Yes, it does. But the rewards of international trade is so high that business executives really should be overcome that mental block. Now, 5 habits that I've seen. This is following successful entrepreneurs, global brands. Those 5 habits will help business executives, business owners to have that expansion mindset. Now, the first one that I'd like to mention is the being growth oriented at all times. Because growth is like when we set up our companies at the beginning, there's this ambition, motivation, control the cost, do more. That should continue at all times. I think that's so important, that growth, are we growing? That should be the first, that is the first thing. That's what I see with global brands. Nestle is the biggest food company in the world. Do they have any comfort in that? No. And there are some examples. This could be another podcast subject, what they do, how they grow their businesses, but there are so many things to learn from that. Second one is developing a global mindset. The world is one big marketplace. And indeed, there are thousands of online marketplaces that businesses can use. And global mindset is great because it takes away the mental barrier in reaching out to a potential customer in Korea, Japan, Germany. It's having that global mindset is so critical. And the third one is recognizing and respecting other cultures and languages. Because we are a product of our own culture. We have our own values that we respect, we love. But it is same for every other culture. So one thing that is good, that comes across as great for one culture may not be the case for another. So I don't think, when it comes to cultures, there's no right or wrong. And there are so many examples, like personal space. In some cultures, personal space is totally different. If you stand too far apart, it comes across as like unfriendly. But, in like, for instance, in the UK, if somebody stands too close to you, that comes across bit awkward, especially if you don't know them that well. So having this recognition of that there are other cultures. You go to a meeting in overseas, now the travel ban is kind of lifting, so there will be more opportunities. People take calls in meetings. Now, understanding that this is nothing personal and this, taking no offense in that will help them to develop that relationship to a next level. But when taking an offense, they've taken a call, so they are not interested. Or one of them is very interesting one is silence. How silence is interpreted is so important. In Far East and in certain Asian cultures, certain Middle East countries, silence is very important. it sets the atmosphere. It shows that other party is respecting you by giving silence. I mean, this is like 3 seconds, but if you don't sort of, if you're not ready for it, that 3 seconds may come across as they don't like me anymore, or what have I done wrong? You know, so it's just looking for the signals and signs in the room, body language. That's why recognizing and respecting is so important, because it's impossible to find out everything about the culture, but by respecting that culture, we can actually see the signs. Right. And the fourth one is making your customers' life easier by offering payments in local currencies. I mean, I come across examples, great product, great service, but they insist on getting paid in British pounds or euros. Well, because it's convenient for them. But it's not convenient for the customer. Yes. So looking at Airbnb, is a billions of US dollars worth of company. If you look at Airbnb website, it's available in 46 languages and equal number of currencies. So somebody in Korea, they pay in their own currency, euro, British pound, Turkish lira, RMB or Japanese yen. They can make payments in their own languages. So making your customers' life easy is so important. And the final one is about making your products suitable for the target audience. I mean, KFC sells afternoon tea in Shanghai. Would you expect that? They sell afternoon tea in Shanghai. That's KFC, and that's great. I mean, I applaud them for having this mindset, because customers want this, and we'll deliver it to them. Of course, it is in line with their product range, and they're happy to adapt to it. But this final one is about creating new products or adapting your products for the target audience to make sure that. So there should be no assumption. What's good for my domestic market will be good for anyone. I think that mindset is not very helpful when it comes to connecting with international audience.
I think that those 5 are brilliant. But I was grinning a little bit at Levent at number 4, and I know this is a bit light-hearted, but I must tell you, I was in Tunisia many years ago with taking a party of travel agents to show them it, and this guy came up to me and said, "How many camels for that girl there?" I couldn't take that currency, could I? No. No. Bit levity, Levent, but never mind. Thanks, Levent. Now let's give viewers and listeners details of your URL, your website address, which obviously viewers you can see on the screen behind me. But let me spell it out for listeners. And in the moment, listen carefully, because I'm going to ask Levent for an extra URL. But I'll just tell you the first one. It's W's, all the W's. ttcwetranslate.com, ttcwetranslate.com. But you've got another URL to tell us about, haven't you, Levent?
Yes, indeed, Malcolm. I'd love to offer free copy of my book to your listeners.
Excellent.
Talking with you is so inspirational and so motivational for me. I'd love to make that offer. And it's the same URL, but it just makes it easier to reach. So if your users listeners go to levent.team. That is Levent, Levent.team, TEAM. They can see 3 ways to get my book. They can either order a paperback version, totally free, but it is for UK listeners only. Yes. And internationally, they can download the ebook version, totally free, or they can buy one from the Amazon. On Amazon, there's a Kindle version as well as paperback version.
So we will put that across the bottom of the screen, Levent. Thank you for that very kind offer. And that's levent.team. Now, Levent's book, as you just said, is called Good Business in Any Language, available on Amazon, but also look for the URL on the bottom and pop along there and get your free copy. He's the host of the very popular podcast, conquer new markets. Now, in episode 3, I'll be talking sell global with Levent. In other words, how to get yourself or your business in front of an export buyer and win the business. So are you up for that, Levent?
Absolutely, Malcolm.